Hey, it's LoFloNose back at you with another tech take. And if you're into content creation, whatever that may be for you, you gotta have a strong, reliable, durable teleprompter in your arsenal. This can be such an invaluable tool to have. Why? Well, first of all, it'll keep your videos streamlined, to the point, and at the same time, it'll give you that guided flexibility to kind of riff off the top of your head, but also know how to get back on track. Specifically, we're talking about the ILOKNZI 13-inch aluminum alloy teleprompter with an included app as well and a remote as well. In this video, we're going to do a setup of our teleprompter, take a look at the app, and also the different ways you can use this with your camera and the best way to set up. So let's get straight into it and let me show you what you get inside of the box. Well, first of all, you do get your actual teleprompter as well, as you can see right here. What it includes is your mirror, your base for your camera. You can actually adjust the height of this as well. Right here, you have your iPad tray. Now remember, this is iPad, not a smartphone. So you're either going to use a tablet or an iPad up to 13 inches to fit right there. I'm going to be using an iPad Pro for this demonstration. And of course, you have your remote as well to control the app that's included with it. You also have a shield cover with this as well, so you can prevent any light from getting into your teleprompter and also covering your camera at the same time as well. Now, putting this together is super easy. First thing you want to do is put your cover on first. So I'm going to go ahead, and you'll see here that you've got some Velcro, the opposite end of Velcro here, and you've got Velcro connection here on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to set up right there. And I'll take the other Velcro end here and I'll get it going here on the other side. And I'll do the same for the other side, all the way from top to bottom. And then I also have some back here that I'll bring here and flip it to the bottom as well. Okay, you can pretty see, there it is, how it's reflecting that. You're not really seeing inside yet. And of course we have our pocket here for our camera. So I'm just going to put that to the side right here. Another thing, I'm going to be using this on top of a tripod that I have right here. So I'm also going to be taking the base from my tripod and I'm going to apply this to the bottom of this right there. So I'll do that right now. Let me go ahead and flip this upside down and make sure that this is the forward direction. So I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to slide this, set it right here. I'm going to take my quarter or screwdriver, whichever you have, and I'll make sure this is nice and tight and secure. Now, the position and the placement of this all depends on how big your camera is, the weight. So of course you have different holes here to actually get the weight distribution right. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that's secure. So now that's set to actually go on top of my tripod. Now all we have to do is just secure my camera as well. So I have a release latch right here, so I can pull this out and push this out. And now I can actually put this on the bottom of my camera. Then I'll put this to the side here. Let me grab my camera. And again, you're gonna play around with the placement of the plate for your setup. So I'm gonna make sure that's nice and tight because I don't want this turning around in there. Okay. Now you'll also notice that I have additional options here as well. I can adjust the height here. I can make this looser. And I can adjust the height to make it go this. I can adjust the height and make this go higher or lower. Again, this is all depending on the size of the camera that I have here. I'll leave it at default because that seems to be just fine for me. And of course, depending on what kind of lens you have, you can actually play with how far you have it forward and back. So again, if it's a smaller camera, a smaller lens, you can push it forward. If not, you can bring it a little back. I'm gonna leave it around default because I have a decent size lens. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna slide it right in, making sure that I'm putting the cover around and also under the lens as well. It's up to you. If you want to leave the lens hood on, it's up to you. But just for here, I'm just leaving it on. I'm gonna push my camera further in. I'm gonna pull this out so I can push it further in. There we go. And it's locked, and I'll screw it in, make it a little tighter and secure. Not sure if you might be able to see. You can see how there might be some space. Oh no, I actually can't, but yeah, you can see my shirt. So there's a little zip tie, or there's a little tie here for the bag end. To go ahead, I'm just gonna squeeze this in and tighten that up so we're not having any light bleed that's going to get in the way. Now you may notice something right here that I can't actually see my actual screen, right? Normally I would like to monitor myself, but you can't actually see your screen. You can't actually see your screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a monitor to the side. I'm going to have a monitor running off to the side so it can actually monitor my framing, but just keep that in mind. But of course, if you don't have a separate monitor, you can always just kind of do retakes and just make sure that you're framed correctly before you actually get started. All right, so we're all set here. I'm gonna put this on my tripod. Okay, I'm gonna tighten that up. We're gonna lean that forward. And now that's all set. Now, let me show you real quick the app that comes included with this, and of course, with the actual remote as well. And we'll go to our ILOKNZI app, and here is your app just from the start. I already have a pre-script in here that I've inputted before, but you can see that you have an import file button where you can actually go and import files that's already on your device or from the cloud, or you can actually just add a script yourself and start typing a script. Now, my only small gripe with this app so far is that if you want to write the script from your tablet, you have to do it from this position. Meaning that if you have a Bluetooth keyboard, you have to type as it's like this. If you wanted to go to the side, it doesn't rotate. It stays off to the side like that. So for me, it was kind of an inconvenience. I'd like to write my script from the same place, just kind of keep everything together, but just keep that in mind. So you can, the solution would be to either just type here or just bring in your scripts from other places. But yeah, you've got your script here as well. So we can go into our script, and of course we see our script here. Let me go back to the default. There you go. So you have your mirror settings where you can actually set up your normal, or you can actually mirror it. Of course, you want to mirror it for your teleprompter. You have the option to adjust the fit, meaning that you can go from a full fit, no, a regular fit. You can go to a full fit or a custom fit. Now, what's the custom fit all about? Well, you got to understand, one of the great things about a big teleprompter is that these things can be further away from you. What does that mean? You can actually have more of the background in view if that's the way you want your shot to be. But if for some reason it's really close like it is right now, you don't want a full fit, you want a custom fit, because if you have a big teleprompter like this up close to you, you actually see your eyes tracking as it's reading the lines. So you actually want to make that smaller for you. So as you're reading lines, your field of view is just right here and not this way. But we'll go ahead, we'll go back to default and we'll leave it the way it is. But just keep that in mind depending on how far the teleprompter is from you. Okay, and of course you have your indicator line right here where you're looking straight. So of course the words are always going to be there, and you can change the color of that as well. And again, if for some reason you want to make a change, you can press the line button right there. All right, so let's take a look at the remote now. The analog stick here at the top, and of course the buttons here, they both have the same function. Essentially, it's just what you like to use. But the big difference is the OK activating button. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me go back to, I'm going to leave it on mirror. Oh, and actually, let me show you this here. You can change the font size. You can go from small to big. Okay, obviously the further you are, the bigger you want it to be. The closer you are, the smaller you want it to be. You can change the font colors as well. And of course you have a timer button right there to show if you want it to be scroll, real time, cover, countdown, and other things like that. Okay, so let me turn this on. I'm gonna press the power button. Now I can control the script like this. So if I press up, it'll move the script along that way. And if I press down, it'll move the script along the other way. Again, to mirror that, I have X and B where it'll actually bring it up or bring it down. Now, if I go left and right, it'll actually change the speed from faster to actually slower, depending on the version I go. So if I go to the right, it goes faster. If I go to the left, it'll make it slower. If I use Y, it'll make it faster. If I press A, it'll make it slower. Now, in order to start it, we'll just press the OK button, and you'll see a timer come up. And there we go. And then it starts reading as well. Now, the best part that I like about this is because of the OK button, it pauses it so you can actually riff. So you may not think of everything that you wanted to do in the moment as you're writing the script, but maybe that original idea pops in your head. Just press it, pause it, and then riff just like that. All right, so that's a quick overlay on how to use this app. Let me show it to you in action. Okay, so here's the setup with a teleprompter in front of me. I've got the tablet on my teleprompter. I've got my monitor right here to see that I'm in frame, so the frame looks good. Another camera here taking a look at the monitor, so we are good to go. So let's go off the teleprompter. Let's riff off the top of our head so I can give you a really good example of how this works. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll start. We got our counter going down. Hey, it's Low for Low Nose back at you with another tech take, and today we're taking a look at the ILOKNZI aluminum alloy teleprompter with remote control and free teleprompter app. Now, if you didn't know, I think it's actually on the actual teleprompter itself, but it's also iOS and Android as well, which you can use this on both. Again, just keep in mind this is only for your tablet and not your iPhone. Although, yeah, this is a little too much teleprompter for an iPhone, but let's continue. This is compatible with iOS, Android, and today we're going to take a look at some awesome ways this device will give you confidence, improve the look of your presentation, of your videos, and overall make your content creation experience a lot better. Just like that, super simple. As long as you word out everything that you want to say or convey during your script or your video, you can do that. And if something else pops up, just press that OK button and we'll just riff off the top of your head to give kind of those natural, personal nuances to your video that just makes it oh so much better and, well, most of all, more importantly, personal. All right, guys, that is your ILOKNZI teleprompter with a remote and app for your camera and for your tablet and iPad. Really hope this video helped you out seeing the value of a device like this for your setup and also making your videos a lot more engaging. All right, I'll see you next one. Take care. Bye. As always, I'll leave links in the description down below so you can pick up your own ILOKNZI teleprompter. Hey guys, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so don't miss out on future videos. Hit that like button if you like what's going on here, and also ding that notification so you can be notified for future videos as well. All right, I'll see you next one. Take care. Bye.